Two videos back to back? Looks like it. Alright, so in the last video we took apart the transmission partially, and then I thought nothing was wrong with it. But I asked the guy who sold it to me why he thought it was a bent shift fork. And he told me that it was hanging up in gear and making noise when shifting. So I believe that I accidentally stumbled upon the problem in the last video, which is right here. And if I can pull it out again, there we go. So if you see how I was kind of getting stuck in second and I couldn't bring it into first, think that's what it was. And obviously you're not really going to feel that unless there's actual power behind it, right? You're not going to be able to tell if it's just sitting there on a bench stationary. So let's pop this back apart. All right, let's get the bell housing off of it and essentially the front cover for the transmission. Forgot to video this, but these plugs here house these springs. There's 3 of them. We got those off. In the bolts bag. Alright, so I got everything behind the tailstock apart. I didn't film it because there was a lot of intricate stuff in here, and I just didn't want to distract myself from keeping track of all the components and making sure everything was in order and in the proper baggies and taking all the pictures I needed to remember how everything goes. So here we are. Everything's apart, and so we're ready to pull the case off. Caught up on the bearing there. See if I can get that to go back down with a gentle tap. There we go. Yeah, it's very easy to get caught with this bearing here. Yeah, it is very easy to get caught on that bearing. There it is. Oop, there goes the bearing. All right. There's that. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to start staring at all the components in here, and we're going to make sure that we're good to proceed. So I've got all the shift forks and shift rails out. Now we'll go ahead and remove the main shaft and the intermediate shaft. And so let's get to that. This is a little tough. You just sort of have to remove both at the same time. Put that down here. So I ended up, after getting the main shaft out, I ended up taking the whole setup to my father's place, and I put the 1-2 shift rail in a lathe. And turns out that between where the roll pin goes in and the end of it here where the selector is, it had about a 40 thou deviation in it. So I do believe that that's the problem, which is very odd. But I have another shift rail ordered, and that'll be here probably 2 weeks time. So that's a good thing that that's all squared away, and I didn't just put it back together guessing that it was going to be okay. So let's get to other more pressing issues. Well, I tried to figure out the bench seat deal, and it's hitting on this bracket here. And you might think, it's just too far to the passenger side. Same situation on the driver's side. So we're gonna have to find a smaller bench seat for this. Just barely, but just a little smaller, maybe 6 inches narrower. That's kind of unfortunate, but I will not give up. I firmly believe these cars were meant to have a bench seat, and I'm not going to rest until this one has one. Mark my words. All right, let's get the vinyl floor back in now that we found out the bench seat is not going to fit. Look at how quick that was. A little more off the top here. Something sort of like that, right? I should do half okay. There we go. Look at that. I think that looks fairly pro, right? Now you might be wondering why we've got a, a snap-on pry bar here. Well, you see, I got a Steeda shifter for this transmission. It's a triax. And the triax just comes with bolt holes pretty much on the top side of the shifter. So I'm going to chop this maybe right about here, and we're going to put some holes in it, and this will be my shifter. So, and of course, had to get it in the correct snap-on green, but I think this is going to look pretty bitchin'. As long as I can make it curve enough to not smack the dash in third and fifth and first, we'll be good. But I will, if it comes to it, I'll hack it up and make it kind of come off like this, sideways, and then straight up like that. But that's to be determined. But so far, I do like this quite a bit. And if you're wondering, this shift boot is out of mid-80s Ford Bullnose. It was a 6.9 IDI with a 4-speed. So not mine. It was in a junkyard. I didn't see it. Sam picked it up when he was at a junkyard when I wasn't there, so thanks to him for this. It's exactly what I was looking for. It's awesome. Yeah, so let's get some seats in here. All right, so wrapped up the interior, got the seats in it and everything. Also popped in my phone charger here because this head unit has nothing in the front of it. You got to plug it in the back, so you got to take it out and wire it and all that, whatever. So yeah, we're all set in this sense. So I don't really have anything left to do outside of wait faster, because I'm out of parts and need parts for everything I need to do. So all right, yeah. Well, I think we'll leave this video off here. I don't have anything else, like I said earlier. So yeah, subscribe and, you know, do all that stuff, or else I'll find you. I'm just kidding. Do whatever you want. Next video, though, we're gonna look at all the stuff I've just purchased, and it's pretty good. It's the complete ADTR swap kit. So look forward to that. Subscribe, or else.